if I have to hire people from Pakistan, India, remotely from USA, China, or Palestine, there are things that I would be needing from them. And things are going to be reducing my risk as an employer or as a client from freelancing platforms. So, in this video, I will be taking you through the steps that you can take from start to become a good robotics developer desired by the employers. When you're starting out, there are going to be a lot of things that you don't have from the required things. But in this video, I will walk you through all the steps, all the thinking that you need to have when you are on the way to become a remote robotics developer. So let's start with the basic stuff of risk on the side of client. When you are starting out, you are going to be having an idea that I need to build this because I can make it. I can make a robot. For example, when I started, first serious project was about RoboCup SSL League for my final year project. But in practical terms, that project is not market requirement. Who needs a soccer playing robot? Just it's inside of the labs. It's just for a competition. But in real world, out of the labs, there are requirements that tech people mostly don't understand. So what you need to do, as I've explained in the previous videos, you need to go through these social platforms. You need to open up the job skills from these companies available online and find out the requirement of these companies, because they are representing the market needs as they are running a company. So they are fulfilling some market needs. You have to focus yourself around them. On freelancing platform, you are going to explore that most of the big projects require a physical robot. Now this is a problem, and let's call it problem number one. Because when you are starting out, you might not have a lot of money, you don't have so much resources, and the sensors, boards like Raspberry Pi, Jetson Orange, these are costly things, depth cameras specifically. So you don't have these, and clients are not going to trust you when you are starting out. So what you are going to do, this risk part has to be reduced, and reducing the risk for the client is going to convince client to give you the project. What I did when I was starting out, I understood that I cannot buy even a depth camera on my own self. The things that I currently have is the laptop, and the laptop was good enough quad core at that time. So I can provide one very important thing, and that is autonomous software that does not require hardware, just ROS2 simulation or any other simulator, VBots, Gazebo based, Majuko, all of these. So what you are going to do as a starting out, you are going to start from software, because hardware requires money. So software is very risk free for the client. On the client side, they don't have to buy hardware for you. They are just going to outsource the software development part. So software development, as in other videos you can find out, it's a lot of things involved in the building of a software, the simulation side of it. Coming to the next part, when you make some money from these simulations, from the software solutions that you have provided, you are going to have money, and then you can start buying the hardware, because you will understand that making a actual robot is always going to pay more. So what we did, we bought the Raspberry Pis, depth cameras, lidars, and started making robots on our side. So whenever we propose a solution or send a proposal to the client, what we always mention, we have these things and you don't need to buy these for us, because remotely developing brings the constraint that client has to buy two hardware, depth camera, motors, everything on your side and on his side. So you develop and then you deploy on them as well, so they can see what's the development going to, is it working or it's not. So this is the thing that you have to think about from client perspective, because client is the market requirement. He is going to be giving you money, so you have to be very clear what they need. You are not going to introduce your thinking or anything else that this is the feature required. No, they are going to tell you. You can give suggestions, but they are the ones who are going to give you the outline when you're starting out. Once you come to the level that you are going to take the whole project of a company, you can give suggestion, you can provide the whole plan how you are going to execute it, but that's something that is going to come after experience. Let's come to the next part, and that is what we suggested after having the robots, because obviously we cannot buy all types of robots, not the humanoids and not the robot dogs. These are costly things, but mostly what people need is the autonomous software solution for the robot that they have already bought. What we started to do, we proposed, you have the robot, you give us the area visual feed, give us the SSH access, and we are going to control the robot, obtain the data, and also we are going to write the autonomous software, the application that you want to build, the MVP you want to build. So that also reduced a lot of friction for the clients, and that brought a lot of interesting MVP building projects. And this is how you are going to think. So it's all about thinking that how I can reduce the friction, what is the requirement of the client, and how I can reduce their risk. And in risk, it's not just about money, it's mostly about the time. When people are paying you, they are going to be looking forward to save a lot of time. They are not going to be helping you out in the development, especially in the freelancing. So you have to think in these terms: saving time, saving cost, building good solutions, and all of the software responsibility is totally upon you. So that risk on your side, you have to reduce through knowledge and learning and communication with the client. Think in these terms, reducing the risk for the client, and then start proposing the solutions, because you can find out the profiles, you can find out the emails, and doing the outreach to people and providing solutions that you find are a good fit is going to start giving you reactions of what people are requiring and what you can solve.